Read the disclaimer.
Oh! Hey players and gamers, Bastion G here, and for this video we're going to be doing a review of the BX-16 ViperTail Select. And it's basically like a mini random booster, and so what this is that you have 3 Beyblades you could get. All of them have the layer which is ViperTail, but some of them come with different combos than the original. So let's say you have this one which is the original combo. These two would be different combos, although you still get the same layer. So yeah, let's take a look at the back of the box, and here we have our first Beyblade, which is ViperTail 380 Orb, our second, which is ViperTail 460 Flat, and our third, which is also ViperTail, but this time with 380 high needle. Okay, yeah, so here we have the owner, which is Takara. We have our new layer, which is ViperTail, our new ratchet, which is 580, and our bit, which is Orb. We also get to see a bit of the gimmick here, which is basically like poison, which basically you destabilize your Beyblades since you're so tall, and they just run out of stamina. Not sure how effective this will work in practice, but yeah, let's see. Now that we've gone over everything, let's unbox this thing. Alright, so let's look over the part by part, starting off with our layer, which is ViperTail. And I really love the detail they gave to this thing. You can kind of see it has like a hexagon pattern on both the metal and the plastic on the inside, which I think looks really cool. It's meant to represent scales on a snake. And yeah, I really love the attention to detail here. It has a really cool orange and blue color scheme along with some purple for the snake. Alright, so for the gimmick on this Beyblade, it is destabilization. So basically it's supposed to tower over other Beyblades, and with this little point here it's supposed to hit them and destabilize them, which I don't know how well it works in practice. We'll just have to see. Now let's move on to our ratchet, which is 580, and if you haven't seen my review of Leon Claw, 5 sides is the best right now for attack and stamina. I don't know when you would have to use any ratchet that's taller than 60, unless you're using like a defense combo like Night Shield 380 high needle. I don't think you're going to be using this for anything else. It has a really cool orange and blue color scheme. Alright, so here we have our bit, which is Orb, and as you can see here, it doesn't have that little extended plastic piece, so it's not going to have increased burst resistance. And as you can see here, the ball is a bit smaller than the ball on the bit, and basically that's supposed to give it a bit more defense with a bit less stamina. And yeah, I think it's a pretty cool bit. Alright, so here we have the black ViperTail, and I think this recolor is the best one out of them all. I really like that black and red. Like I said, the gimmick's supposed to be destabilization with this little fang here. Alright, so here we have our ratchet, which is 460, and comparing it to 580, you can see that it has 4 sides and it is shorter. And yeah, it comes with this pretty cool black color scheme. Alright, so here we have our bit, which is flat. And flat, it's a really good bit for attack, although it is a bit outclassed by low flat. It has this little extended plastic piece here, which gives it extra burst resistance. And it comes with this pretty cool black recolor. Alright, so here we have our third and final ViperTail. And this one has like a bit of a honey color, if that makes any sense. It kind of looks like a bee themed Beyblade with the honeycomb like pattern, as you can see right there. And yeah, I really like this recolor. Here we have our ratchet, which is 380, and I don't think you'll really be using this on anything besides a defensive Night Shield combo. Doesn't really have any use in competitive besides from that. Alright, so here we have our bit, which is high needle, and high needle doesn't have that little extended plastic piece, so it doesn't really have that extra burst resistance. It has a bit more stamina and defense than needle, so it's basically just like a better needle overall. And it's really good on Night Shield 380. Alright, to assemble the Beyblade, you have to take your layer and your ratchet, and you have to insert the ratchet into the layer. And if it's a right Beyblade, you twist it to the left. If it's a left Beyblade, you twist it to the right. Since it's a right, twist it to the left. And then you insert your bit. And if you want to take apart the Beyblade, basically you reverse the steps, take out the bit, twist the ratchet to the right, And there you go. Alright, so now that we've taken a look at everything, let's do some test battles. Okay, so now that we're at the stadium, let's do a test launch. 3, 2, 1, let rip! Alright, there's ViperTail. Its orb is basically just a smaller version of ball, so it's basically going to perform the same. Now let's do a test launch with the black ViperTail. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! It's very aggressive. And now let's do a test launch with the Beyblade. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Honeycomb Beyblade, the Beyblade. That's what I'm gonna call this from now on. It's the Beyblade. It's no longer a snake, it's a bee. I mean, it even has the honeycomb pattern and everything. Now let's do some test battles, starting off with the black ViperTail against the anime ViperTail. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Let it rip! Oh! It was a burst! Also, each battle is going to be up to 3 points, so... It's getting under ViperTail. The problem with ViperTail is that it's too tall. Now let's do ViperTail against the Beyblade. Let's see which one's better. The bee or the snake. I feel like ViperTail is gonna win this one. There's no way the Beyblade wins. What would be a good name for this? Like Bee Stinger? Yeah, I feel like Bee Stinger would be a pretty good name. And plus, like ViperTail, snakes have tails. Bee Stinger, bees have stingers. It just makes sense, okay? And now let's do the black ViperTail against the Beyblade. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Let it rip! Oh! Alright, so my thoughts on the ViperTail Select. I like ViperTail, not as much as I like Leon Claw and everything, but I think it's a pretty cool Beyblade with, in theory, a gimmick that would have been pretty cool. I mean, whenever you think of like Venom and drain away your opponent's energy, you would think of spin stealing. So it would have been cool if ViperTail would have been the first left spinning X-Bay with rubber, and that's kind of what I was hoping for, but obviously that didn't happen. Instead we got this, but I still like it. I mean, it's still pretty cool. And yeah, those are my thoughts on ViperTail. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe, show your support for this channel, and remember to keep on blading.